Hello and welcome to the STB Racing League Season 19 Austrian Grand Prix. We're here live at the Red Bull Ring in Austria, ready for round 4 of this newly restarted season of Tier 1. We're here in Austria, as I just said, and the qualifying, got a few technical issues. The qualifying did start off wet, and the track is quite quickly drying up here in Austria. Kevin currently leads the qualifying, and I'm joined in the combox tonight by the one and only Matthew. Matthew, welcome to Austria. I like to call this track the land of the trees. What are your thoughts and opinions about the Red Bull Ring?
Well, naturally it is a very quick track. We've got 3 long straights for DRS zones, and we've got a couple of high-speed corners. We've also got quite a few low-speed corners, which can make some good overtaking. Obviously, we did see some of those high-speed corners actually make some action as well, so I'm looking forward for this one. The Tier 2 and Tier 3 look promising, so hoping for a good race here as well.
Yeah. Obviously, this is the track that I won the race in Tier 3, but obviously messed up on penalties. Yeah, this is a very good track. I think a lot of drivers like the track. But Slaz is on a set of soft compound tyres.
It's not out yet.
To gamble. Obviously, the track.
Arthur's on the way. Arthur is on the track
is drying out. Sorry, yeah, Arthur. Sorry, I thought it was Slaz. But yeah, Matt. Obviously, we've had a great week in Tier 1. We've got a few new drivers with us this evening. We've got BRS Ermine, or Ermine, I think, or one of the two names. We've got CHR Walter, we've got, I don't know why I said like that, and we've got XSK45X here tonight. They're debuting in STB, and of course we've also got Slaz returning to the roster as a reserve tonight, and Fiborino is back as a reserve as well. So we've got, you know, a good competitive grid here tonight, Matt. We would have liked a few more drivers to join, but 16 will still give us an incredible race. Plus, it's Austria, so you can literally have 5 drivers at Austria, and it will still be an incredible event here. Obviously, Matt, earlier on in the season, it's been, you know, a pretty dominant display from the KTF boys. What's your take on the season so far? Who has been your standout in terms of pace and performance?
Oh, saying that, Arthur's just invalidated his lap at turn.
He was 3 seconds as well. And why has he joined the session? Why is someone joined?
I don't know, to be honest.
Why is this guy joining? Because he is he's not in the league. Right.
Well, I'll have to let you sort that out. I'll try and continue on the stream as much as possible. Semi-K absolutely annihilating that inside curve at turn 1. Something getting away with any corner cuts. Ernie set the first representative slick time. Offset times are still a little off. The track is still drying up. Isaac has now left.
That's good. Sorry guys, I don't know what it is, but we locked the numbers in mine goes P1.
I had this in... was it in France, was it?
I don't know why, Matt, but you locked the numbers in the lobby and people are still able to join. I don't know. It's a bit weird.
We had this a couple of races ago. I can't remember. I think it was like Tier 3 or something.
I don't know why.
We had the same issue.
But anyway, we're back in action.
Invalidated.
Let's see what drivers are going to get up the order. Here we go. We've got Kazin.
I think he was still getting a bit caught out with the changing conditions. It's getting drier. It's not fully dry yet.
Iman. I don't know how to say his name. Ermine. We'll call him BRS.
If I saw it, Ermine.
BRD goes P2, but BRS is on a very good lap here. It's going to be a 105 dead. It's P1 at the moment. He's competitive. Kevin starts his lap here in Austria as well, so it's all kicking off in the closing stages now of the session. As Felipe goes P1, so the times are going to continue to come down, Matt, as the track starts to dry out. THR Walter. I don't know why I say that in Portuguese accent. He's French, so I don't know why I'm saying it like that. But yeah, coming around the final corner, hit the curb. 104.4. P1 for
Yep,
him.
track's
Time-
just getting drier and
yeah,
drier.
the times are going to keep coming down and down. Kevin's on his lap.
Which actually is called by Schlesinger here. He's on
DJ
the
Danny
mediums.
as well, he's on the lap. Sorry to put you off there, Matt. DJ Danny's also on the lap, coming on the final corner now. At the final corner, DRS is enabled, and it's 104.6. That's P3 for the Alpine.
Femi
Seb
K's gone
goes
faster.
P1. Let's see what we got.
Just
He's gonna
about
do
there.
here. 104.7. Very, very close here. You can see a one Austrian qualifying. As you'd expect, Kevin's going to come across the line though, and he's going to absolutely annihilate Seb's lap by around about 2.5 tenths there. That's his P1 for Kevin, 104.1. But rare.
Red Caterpillar.
104.1.
Wow.
Incredible, man.
Former GRT
Felix is on
driver.
lap now. Let's see what he's going to do. I think it's going to be a slower lap. Actually, no, it won't actually be that bad. 104.5, that's P6.
Yeah, that's pretty good, pretty nice. I think some people that were left the garage a little bit earlier, I think might have enough time to dip back into the pit lane, get another set of sauce on, just come out just in time because it's a very short lap around here, so you can get into the pits quite late and get another lap in. So anyone coming into the pits now should have enough time, about a minute in the pit lane, get back out. I think people like Phoenix, I don't think he hasn't got enough time to do a lap. He's going for the lap. He doesn't have enough time to come back into the
Well, he's
pits,
actually
so
2 temps up that. Phoenix is 2 temps
so
up
he's
his lap.
one advantage of having doing 2 laps right next to each other is that the second lap you just adjust to your first lap and you keep your rhythm going. So sometimes that's
7 temps up.
Oh, the Williams barely gets up the way there. It's had a spin. I think that might have been Sparden.
Is this going to be P1 for Phoenix? That's to send it through the final sector now.
Oh, it's a very dodgy second class corner. Had a lot of unders here. The lift off.
But it's
It's
3.8.
38.
P1.
But don't forget that was on 2 lap hold. That was on a 2 flying lap old
He
softs.
didn't really commit as well in the final sector. He didn't commit to that final
so
sector.
I think on fresh softs and the track getting warmer now since the sun's going to come out, at that time I think they're going to continue dropping. I think you might be expecting low 3s maybe by the end of this session. I think.
Well, Filippo's on out that. I think he might. I can't say his name.
Imano. I said Ermine. Ermine. I say Ermine.
Ermine.
ST Rowdy has come online apparently.
Really, have I? Oh, that's crazy. Anyway, the BRS, I'm going to call him, is starting his lap now here in Austria. He's going to commit to the first corner curve. Get a little bit on the exit curve here. He's very, very good.
William Alpha Alpine gets out of the way.
That was fully committed. Up the hill then. 2 temps up on his lap. So yeah, everything is possible here in Austria, Matt. But obviously the drivers are going to have to be careful. And Astarzin, sorry, is had to slow off his lap. So he will be starting outside the top 10 here in Austria. Graham's starting his lap now. Piperino's on his lap. Sparden is just coming out of the pit lane. I don't know why that is. There's only 30 seconds left on our screens, but let's look.
Ermine's are 8 tenths up.
Yeah, Ermine then. 8 tenths up on his lap. Ermine, that's his name. Ermine. That's what we call him. You know, they come around the final corner, fully committed, unlike Phoenix earlier on in the session. Is it going to be an Aston Martin 1-2? Yes, it is. Goes P2 though, Ermine does.
Can do another lap consecutively, but you might have to watch out for his ERS, but he's ran wide at turn 1, it's invalidated, so that stops any chance that are happening. I mean, it might be time out for us, but is it time out for everyone else? I think it's still, I think we've got a little bit of that bug where people can still get out and do laps before the time runs out. But Rise is quite close though.
Felipe, is he going to go any quicker? Sorry, Felipe. P1, 103.7.
Always lap times are dropping. They're getting closer and closer at that mid-30s. Viberin goes P2. Absolutely very good lap by him. He's gone completely off the track at turn 1. He's doing some Kvyat stuff right there.
Right, Caterpillar's on lap now.
Some K's on mediums and he's stopped. SK45 out of nowhere.
On his
1.3.7
as well, man. So P1.
What a lap.
Incredible session, this. I'm loving this.
Red Caterpillars are 10th up as well. We've got people, all those people up on the lap times. Kevin's 4 tenths up. Kevin's on for the podium. Oh, there's a bit of a slide to second last corner. He's holding it off. He's gone. No, he's got the last corner. Kevin doing a very rare mistake. We know Kevin for the last couple of seasons. He does not make mistakes like that, and he happened to do it in his most crucial time. I think he was about 5/10 up, I believe. So that would have been pole position, but he said he was going to start P8. That's going to be massive. Kevin's not going to be happy with himself there.
Right, let's see, what Spartan's going to do.
Alfie's not on a lap. Send the case. Back down his medium lap. Ram is unable. Man's on the gravel. Ram's in the gravel.
P9 for Spartan.
Ram. Enabled to set a lap. He's in the gravel at the exit of turn 8. And he spun. Just like I did in the race. A few weeks ago, and he's spun it into the pit lane, and in fact he has spun it into the pit lane. And he's now going backwards into the pit lane, and then into the barrier he goes. Ram Millicent becoming the new Matty of Tier 1.
Yeah, well, hopefully, at least he won't have to start on those soft tyres, because those would be pretty dead if he was in the top 10.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't spun on them, so they wouldn't have to worry about that. But, well, it's a softer medium strategy around here anyway. It's not super easy to do that sync, but you have to make some management, but it's not exactly... It's very, very possible. But if you do need to pit early, then you might have to go onto the hards.
Well, Matt...
If you have to pit early, then it will push it.
I'm very sorry, but... taking FE after Zin is out of position. P14 on the grid. That is going to be crucial. His rivals are P2 and P8 on the grid. It is going to be a madness, Matt. It's actually going to be a madness this Grand Prix. But
I wonder if he got something about the straight by the weather.
I don't know. But he won on his debut in STB by 5 thousandths of a second. His SK45X. What a performance that was in the changeable conditions in qualifying. He gets pole position at the Austrian Grand Prix. Second is KTFE Felipe. Third, PNF1 Fiborino. I mean, supposed to be Tier 2, man. He's up in P3. Great performance from him. Fourth, TMG Phoenix. Fifth, BRS Ermine on his debut. Sixth, DJ Danny on his return after a few races out. Seventh is Rev Caterpillar. Eighth, KTFE Kevin. Ninth, Spartan. 10th, Alfie. 11th, Weardy. 12th, STB Semike. 13th, CHR Volta. 14th, disappointing from Arthazin. 15th, Slads couldn't get a lap in the dry, and Bram is going to round up the back of the field in 16th place. No time set. So he's basically done a meet, Bram. Bram has basically done a meet. He hasn't really shown... doesn't seem to get, show much pace, really, this season. It's been really disappointing, hasn't it, Matt, for Bram this season so far?
Yeah, I mean... coming into Tier 1, and he hasn't shown the pace that we were expecting from the back end of last season in Tier 2, where he was pretty much dominating Tier 1. He won the championship by, I think, by a little bit, or quite a bit in the end. And yeah, I'm not sure, maybe this game is throwing a bit of struggles for him. I mean, it definitely has to me, personally, so I wonder if he's having similar issues. But it doesn't seem to be quite into it in this game so far. I mean, he did say he didn't have any he hasn't done any wet running at all on this game so far, despite being the game's like 4 months old. I'm pretty sure he has. I'm pretty sure he's just saying that because he can't remember. But he still had plenty of dry running, so he has no excuse to get lapping.
Yes. Sorry, Matt, I was just sorting something out there. So, obviously, it has been a very interesting qualifying session. We had rain at the start of the session, track dried up, and SK48 got his 45. Sorry, got his. I don't know where I got 48 from. Got his podium. Pole. He's now not going to get the podium tonight because I've just jinxed it. But he will get. He has got pole position. That is down to his name on the STB history books. One pole for XSK45X. That is a tongue twister name. Now then, Matt, as you can see, we have got the Styrian Mountains here in Austria. Look at all the trees. I've said this before, Matt. This track would be an ideal circuit for environmentalists because the amount of carbon dioxide that these trees are taking from the air is incredible.
Well, we need to with all these fuel-burning F1 cars.
It's incredible. Honestly, these mountains, these trees, I don't think there's this many trees actually in real life, but on the game, the environmentalists will be very happy. A driver which will not be very happy though, Matt, is Graham Nillison, because at the minute he's getting himself a penalty for falling too far back.
Yeah, he needs to catch a spin. Unless he had a spin, but I don't remember seeing any sort of yellow flag.
Yeah, he's literally slowing down. He needs to hurry up and get close. Because he is at risk here of falling back the pack. You have to obviously be 10 car lengths within the next car. Which he does so.
Everyone outside the top 10 is on mediums.
Yeah, so obviously, Matt, this race is very... I don't really think it's much to do with strategy. It's more to do with the DRS trains and slipstream and the overtakes you can get. But obviously, starting on mediums is going to be a very...
I think having that bit better tyres just gives you that little bit more advantage around here, because the tyre wear is quite critical around here. You do really push these tyres to their sort of more rarer ends.
Sorry, Matt. Sorry to put you on the spot here before the race starts. Who's going to win Austria?
I'm gonna say Kevin.
Right then, I'm gonna wait for the cars on the glitch restart to start. Lights out, away we go. Great start there from SK. Starts the lead. He's up into the lead. Great start from him. Felipe up in a P2. Third is Fiorino's gonna have a bit of a mistake in the exit. That is gonna be all through the midfield. Bit of contact there between the Red Bull. Kevin's lost his...
The car's off. Spartan's round. That was Spartan, I think it was. I'm not sure. I swear I saw somebody spearing. Watch out for the Alpine.
Matt,
Danny had a big weave. I did see a car. The McLaren!
Brown made a mistake there down the hill. But yeah, I mean, there was a contact at the back there between Kevin and Spartan. Kevin may have some front wing damage. But no, he isn't, because look, he's up the inside of DJ. Danny as they come through the second section. Now here we go, inside goes the Red Bull. Side by side, action here in the first lap of the Austrian Grand Prix. And there you go, and it's a sector 2 yellow. Spartan and Slaz at the back of the grid. Slaz is been in the gravel. That's not a good start for the Irish.
Spartan lets his teammates through.
Crazy scene. 7 then, at the back of Alfie. And he's going to be able to take on Kev. And he go up the inside of turn 1. But he can't get that move to announce 7th. And try to come back at him as well. He's got the overtake done. And our cousin follows him through as well. Slipstream on the back of the Dutchman. But yeah, what a start from SK here, Brad. Matt, sorry.
Inside Alfa Romeo goes on McLaren. No, he's decided to think twice about it. He's going to lose looking at the inside. He never quite made the move. It's compromised his exit. And I said Kevin is thought to win this race, and he's already lost 2 positions. So I have to compare on the 2 medium runs of Volta and Sperardi. It's not been a good start for the Red Bull driver.
I'm a little bit confused here, Matt, because SK on his debut has actually already broke DRS on Felipe. This is crucial.
He hasn't quite done it. It's just like under 1 second, so not. He did. Yeah, unless they're for the P's using some of his ERS to catch back up. But SK has used a lot of overtake though. He's on 35%, while Philippe is still on 70. So obviously he's used a lot of overtake. Yeah. And he has to watch out for that turn 1, because he's cut that turn 1 quite a bit. And Philippe, that gap's just gone down by like 3-4 tenths in that DRS. That DRS has just closed that gap straight back down again. So SK's not exactly in the comfortable position. Far from it.
Matt, can we just check Kevin? I think he may have some damage because he's struggling at the moment, I would say. It's not the sort of pace that I'd expect from Kevin.
I don't see it visually, but sometimes you do know when we have that very, very minor damage that you can't even physically see on your MFD. But yet you can still feel it and you still have that damage there. It could be one of those situations.
No, I think he's losing time to his teammate as well, so... Felipe picks up a penalty, so he's really pushing those limits. Here in Austria, and Kevin's in the pit lane. I was right, Graham. What do I keep calling you, Graham? Matt, he's in the pit lane.
Alright. But he's in the pit lane and
going to... Not got good pace now. He's really not good.
Set of, so yeah, it is a front wing change, so
yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, there you go. He had damage there.
Set of mediums go onto the card. That's committing him to the 2-stop now. Probably getting the mediums and back onto the softs for the end of the race.
Crazy. Absolute crazy scenes here.
He's got to hope for safety. We've still got 33 laps to go. Could be a safety car. So it's over. But saying that, it's still, oh, Sky SK's round. SK nearly spun there. They collided with Philippi. It's started some wheel banging, and it's put SK and I think SK's with Philippi got the DRS on him. Just caught on the back of that. And Philippi's now taking the lead, but he does carry that penalty. So he's got to be careful from now on. He's going to build up his gap now. So.
Yeah, but SK is now going to stay within that DRS and try to get the speed back on him.
Yeah.
This is why I love Austria now. Because literally you overtake, then you're back in it again when you get that DRS. And look, Felipe's already going defensive. And Rev is out of the race. What has happened to him?
Last corner. To the last corner.
Safety car.
Yes, I told you. Just say safety car.
That has brought Kevin back into it, Slaz back into it, and that has brought Sparden back into it as well. What? Look at that.
There's a 1 in 16 chance of a JRT driver retiring, and that JRT driver just retired.
Sorry, what? What thing?
Anyway, well, it's a safety car, and I wonder if any of the stuff when it's going to pit, it's going to be too early. I think if they do pit, it's going to have to be onto a set of hards, unless they want to commit to a 2-stop. But I don't see why you would not do that, because it's just going to put you out of track position. Yeah, SK lost position at the worst time possible, right before the safety car. So, I mean, but he does have that benefit of doing the opposite of Philippi on what he's doing.
Wasn't there a incident in Tier 2 here where there was just a bad safety car restart, or was that another circuit? I'm not quite sure.
I think you're thinking of oh, Philippi's in.
Yeah, he didn't really take the pit entrance correctly.
I didn't quite catch that. I just saw him dip into the pit lane.
Danny's in as well. So let's see what these drivers go on. That it'll be interesting to see what times they go on. Mediums for Felipe. Danny is onto a set of mediums as well.
Sorry, but they're not going to go to the end. They're just not. You have to do a good 13 laps on those softs before there's been at the end. Hards for Alfie. I think that's probably the better choice. They're going to be slower, but I think if there isn't another safety car, I think that could be the better long-term tyre to go on.
Ram has gone on another set of mediums.
Oh, Ram. What the fuck going on there? Yeah, I think there was actually a bad start here. I think it was it was this season. I think it was Tier 2 or Tier 2. I can't remember which one. I think it might have been Tier 2. I think it was Tier 2 this season.
Because I remember Tier 3 was where I led the safety car at one point in Austria. Tier 3.
Yeah.
So it weren't Tier 3, it was Tier 2. And there was a massive like...
I think people got brake checked.
Yeah.
I think that might have been, yeah, I'm not sure, I can't remember. For some reason, I got a feeling, in my brain, I'm getting Tier 3. I don't know.
I would never cause a cluster.
Did I mention your name, maybe?
Never. I would never cause a cluster to win the race. Never.
You weren't leading from like first to finish, were you?
So, I was leading from the safety car.
Which one? Let's put about 4.
Austria.
Doesn't really reduce the clarity of what it's on.
Well, anyway, yeah. I only led that race because obviously Austria was a short track. No, it's my best one.
It's gonna be
my best circuit.
It's gonna be interesting then to see what people do on this on the strategy.
Real talk, yeah, because now Alfie is in prime position. If he can keep in this DRS, no chance to go to the end, right?
It's a little bit of Daniel Ricciardo cutting the grass.
Yeah, they won't go to the end if he's going on the grass. But, yeah.
Well, you probably end up spinning to the barriers if that's the case.
Well, there you go.
Luckily, he's only doing about 100 miles an hour, not 200.
Bram is going to be... He's going to be disappointed with his performance so far this race. He's had no pace. And he's just
disappointed with his results this season so far.
Yeah, he's he's just not really been it, has it, for him? But yeah, it's just not really been the season that he wanted. But it's only round 4, man. That's the good thing about Tier 1. We're in like round 9 now, round 10.
There's like 4 less races.
Yeah, they're on round 4, so you know they've got a bit more time. Well, they've had less time to make mistakes. I don't know what I'm saying, but what I do know, what I'm saying, Matt, is safety guys in this lap. So
it's very, very late.
He's going to bunch up this field as slow as he can and try and get, I think, maybe get away at the exit of the final corner.
He's just going to gun it at the last corner.
Irvine is going to be alert to this, though, and I think SK may have messed up the restart. No, he's had a decent run out of the final corner. And there you go, slipstream now, overtake mode now for all these drivers. Volater as well is up there, so if he can try and get on the back of this train here, but if he loses DRS, Matt, that's going to be a problem. Here we go, look at the back of the grid then. Kevin already going to make his inroads on Alfie. Alfie's hard to remember that, so we need to try and get past the Alfa Romeo as quickly as possible down up the hill into turn 3. Have a little look, but yeah, it's not really possible, is it? Yeah, it's all kicking off here in Austria, Matt, and I'm loving it. This is why we come to Austria. Every single season, action, action, action. Side-by-side action, Matt. Kevin versus Alfie then as they come through the second set.
Oh!
Massive crash! Massive crash! Kevin has lost his front wing. Alfie's out of the Grand Prix. What has happened there here in Austria? Massive, massive crash. Kevin is continuing. We'll have to box for another front team. Broken safety guys through the boys. What has happened there, man? What happened?
I don't know. I literally just caught the back of it. I just heard you saying they're going side by side, and suddenly as I got onto them, I saw both of them spearing into the barriers. But it's very, very rare to see Kevin getting causing the collision.
What is going on?
It's very rare you get to see that.
The back of the grid, wasn't it? That is crazy things here in Austria. Massive crash. And that corner as well,
help him.
That's weird.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit of a Kimi Raikkonen, Sebastian Vettel moment that was. And it's a set of softs. I'm not sure that's the best. I'm sure the best time to be honest.
That is a disaster for Kevin.
I mean, the virtuals helped him a little bit, so he didn't lose too much time in the pit lane, but he's still going to lose a lot of time. He's still going to be about 40 seconds behind by the time his virtual safety car ends.
That is a disaster for Kevin. I have no idea what happened, but stewards will obviously take a look at that. But that is a disaster for Alfie. He's in such a good position on this hard compound tyres.
34 seconds. Kevin is behind now, so he's got all that time to try and close it now.
Yeah, not good at all. But anyway,
Wild has gone wide.
He's lost a bit of time, and he's lost a lot of time. There's now his teammate Phoenix is on the back of him in that slipstream. The DRS has now been enabled. This is going to kick things off here into action, man. It's only lap 10 of the race.
Airmine's got DRS on SK, but Phoenix has got the DRS and slipstream off Airmine.
Oh.
Watch out, they are teammates.
Yeah.
Airmine not deciding to use that curb and ash turf when you're outside of turn 3.
Something I just want to point out, Matt, we've got Riardi currently on medium in P4. This is going to be an incredible race, but what is also going to be incredible is Mike now, who's on the back of Walter as they come. I don't know why I keep saying it like that, but coming through now the second sector, and he's on the pace here on left the Alpine.
Got the two McLarens right next to each other. Filippi on those fresher mediums managed to get past his teammate. Maybe a little bit of team orders, McLaren.
It's all kicking off at Aston Martin.
Next one for Filippi to get past is Semi-K. But it's a very close hit. It's going to be so difficult to overtake somebody when you've got somebody else right in front of them. You can't dive on them, because if you do, you just T-bone the person in front of the person trying to overtake. The McLaren on. White
it's all kicking off, Matt. I'm loving this. Ramsey's getting at the back of this as well. This is incredible. What's actually going on? We've got Fiorino up the inside of Aquati as they come through the chicane, and there's been a bit of contact down at the back. This is breaking point. He's gone off the circuit. Giving no second by Dan. He's only just trying to get the move done. And Fiorino Ramsey is sitting on the back of the McLaren now. Oh, bloody hell, I can't breathe.
This helicopter view is giving me a great view here. You can see about 6 cars in one view.
This is incredible. This is great. And Bram's got the overtake on Tarzan. And Arthur's got damage. Arthur's got damage.
Yes, understeering like a pig.
Yeah, he hit the back. I hit the back of his teammate. Zach Brown's going to be fuming now. And Spartanes is past the McLaren. And Arthur is in the pit. That is a disaster for the McLaren.
This view down the pit straight, you see about 10 cars just go past.
Pit straight?
It's just like watching Moto. It's like watching Moto 3 when you have like 10 freaking bikes all in the same area.
On the back of the half driver, look at this on his debut, the two debut bonds down into the third corner, and he's got the move done. And now it's going to be DRS again for the half driver back in at victory. Here we go, overtake mode, DRS. Matt, take us through what happened.
The softs just giving a bit extra grip for Phoenix. Wildy on his mediums, but me softs are going off soon, but it's so close. We've got the medium runners. The medium runners are just getting a bit quicker than the soft runners now. Those softs are starting to go off, but at the same time, we've got the fresher medium runners behind the older medium runners, so everyone's bunching up. The soft runners are struggling. The medium runners are not quite struggling yet, but the medium runners have paid over everyone. So we've got the slowest guys at the front and the faster guys at the back. So everyone is just bunching up, but because everyone's nose to tail, no one can overtake unless they shove their way through.
This is incredible. Anyway, SK then got a banging first corner.
I think the top 10's. The top 10 is split by less than 3 seconds.
Talking of close, here we go. Second time around now, around the outside, good defending there from Ernie. And now Phoenix going to get on the back as well. This is incredible. We are side by side. We've got the three drivers there. We've got Sam, we've got Felipe, we've got Fiorino now as they come down to the hairpin. Oh, this is incredible. Running outside goes Fiorino. Oh, because there's been a crash.
Oh, it's Martin.
It's
Phoenix. That was Phoenix. There's Aston Martin front window I saw there, and then traffic down the road. That's Phoenix. That's one of the soft runners round.
That is a disaster for Aston Martin. Oh, it's all kicking off today, isn't it, man? Whoa.
What? I mean, it's going to be frustrating to be the drivers because they can't overtake very well, but at the same time, it's such a thrilling race to watch.
Here we go. Bram on the back of DJ Danny. Here we go for P8 of the Grand Prix.
Oh, we've got to watch out here. It's going to be very, very close.
This is insane. I'm actually scared. Oh, well, what I'm not scared about is Felipe side by side now with the HR Follett there as they come down.
Don't break too late. Oh, we've got Semi Kane, DJ Danny going side by side. We've got the three guys going.
One Fiorino's made a mistake there.
And Danny goes down the inside of Semi K up into turn 4, gains the position on Semi K. Semi K's trying to look back, but he can't find a way through. Semi K's got a little bit more worn tyres compared to these guys, and he's just doing a little bit more. Yeah, got Waldy and Waldy's going side by side. I think with Ernie there. I'm not sure. Or someone.
SK's got the move done on Ermine. Oh man, I'm very scared.
I don't know what's going on. There's too much going on.
I'm very
I can't
scared.
keep up.
This is giving me.
Anderson's got a penalty, the cheating bastard, but I don't care. Let's keep going.
This is giving me like flashbacks to like USA season like 5, I think it was, when there was like 10 drivers down the back straight, that long DRS straight. There was like 10 drivers in one DRS straight. It was insane, and because there was actually good slipstream back then, you had overtake there.
SK's getting absolutely mugged.
This is going to end in tears as they come round. Oh, how is that?
How did they make that? How did it not crash?
Felipe is up in the P3 match. Just be quiet because I'm shouting. We are the P4. That is incredible. Down into the second hairpin now. SK's going to go on the inside of the Aston, giving each other space. This is incredible.
This is amazing. Haas is getting mugged. But at the same time, he's trying to get everything outside. The McLaren's not inside. Everything is in. Those soft runners need to pit now. The soft runners need to pit now. Get out of this battle and get some timing. Because I can't keep affording losing time squabbling. Yeah, the soft runners need to come in. They need to come in before they keep losing time with these medium runners. They have to get in. But the fights will go on. Philippe got a little bit of a lead now,
Matt,
and he's got the fresher
insane.
tyres.
Are you seeing this Grand Prix right now? This is crazy.
I think Philippe will gain. I think Philippe on those fresher tyres will pull away a bit. We still have a big fight for P2, but Morales still on that DRS, and that's keeping him ahead for now. And that's going to make it difficult for Philippe to pull away. But Bram Nielsen, I think, getting past Bram. Bram Nielsen getting past Bram. Bram Nielsen getting past Semi-K.
And now he's got the pace on DJ Danny. He must have very low wings compared to his rivals. But he's up the inside. No, he's going to scare Danny a little bit though. Yeah, it looks like Bram's got a bit more pace now in this part of the race now.
Yeah, still got top 8, still split by 3.5 seconds. It's still very, very close. Oh, there's an AlphaTauri out! An AlphaTauri, that's Ronaldo. Spinning out of control. Out of turn 7 and into turn 8.
Oh, and Sem and Bram up the inside. Sem's up the inside. And he's got that move done. No, he's had to back out of that one. Oh, what happened to Riardi? Yeah,
Bram's through. Bram is through in the end.
Because Riardi was supposed to challenge Felipe there.
I think Semi-K and people like Semi-K and Volta, when we keep going to like lap 23-ish, lap 22, I think they're probably the best time for them to pit. About 40 laps on the soft, maybe. Seems alright.
This is crazy.
I mean, those soft runners did about 16 laps. So actually, they might pit a bit earlier, to be honest. SK got a penalty, and that could be crucial. It's not something you want to be doing on your fresh tyres. They got Bremnerson looking all over the back of DJ Danny.
Yeah, he's looking pretty quick now, to be fair.
Just make sure he doesn't spin it. But it has calmed down for a little bit, but it's still very, very close.
Yeah, it's going to kick off later in the race, though. 7 penalty there. It's going to kick off, Matt, like later on in the race. But I want to know what happened to Riardi there. Might have been a contact with him and Volta.
I think it might have been his own. I think it might be his own mistake. It looked like it. I don't know, but it looked like he maybe spin off on it on himself. But it's a very strange part of the track to do it.
Look at Ram's braking distance.
Yeah, I don't know. Danny uses ABS. Ram doesn't. Danny's on the pad. Ram's on the wheel.
I mean, no. I mean, Ram seems to gain a lot in the braking compared to Danny.
Yeah, I don't know. You get a little bit more.
Here we go. It's a similar move for 2 Alpine. Sorry, Matt, to cut you off. Danny's up the inside. It's going to be crucial for his race.
Sergio Perez and Kevin's out. He's retired in the pit lane.
Oh.
So he's given up.
That's crucial for championship.
Very. That's a very rare thing to see for Kevin.
That is, yeah. That.
Unfortunately, that wasn't a very common thing to have. Oh! And Bram Nilsson's round! I said it! Bram Nilsson would spin! And he's into the batteries, he's lost his whole front wing. I said this was going to happen. I said Bram's probably going to spin it. And he has. And he's lost his whole front wing. I don't know, but I just seem to predict the future very well.
Crazy. What, was he just too eager and then...
It's turn 8 again. He spun there earlier. It's turn 8. I didn't even race myself.
Sorry, Matt, sorry. Volta's up the inside, back up the inside of Danny. This is really
and he's up the inside of Volta. Volta's up the inside of Danny. I can't, there's too much battles going on. I can't look at everyone at once. But Volta's got the position back on Danny. And Danny's got to watch out. Danny's got 40%, while Volta's got 80% ERS.
SK and Irving, the 2 leaders.
They don't want to hurt each other too much, because otherwise they'll lose more than time they actually gain.
Net leaders.
Yeah, but they've got to make sure they don't cost each other too much time, because otherwise they will lose too much time on those fresh mediums. Because suddenly, as soon as their guys on softs, that's it. I mean, they're going to be sitting ducks. Slav's got a penalty. It's not going to be good.
I think
that might be his second penalty, to be honest. Yeah, well, but that's just his own mistakes. I mean, if it's by luck, then but it's his own mistake.
I thought he had contact. Oh, okay.
No, he spun it on himself.
Sorry, talking of
that's
contact, here
mate.
we go, DJ Danny back in that other move, and he's got the move done. Wow, that was Very quick
Continuing that,
speed
Semi
there.
K sniffing the back of the Alpine.
Oh,
He's
little
smelling that
sniff there
freshly
for the Red
baked
Bull.
bread.
A bit of sniffing there from the Red Bull. Sparden's doing good. The two Williams is doing very well at the moment. Slash and
Yeah, the
Sparden.
Williams were actually at the back at one stage, and I managed to catch up to all of this.
Yeah, who's
They
that?
were
Sean?
pretty much last. Doesn't really matter because I can't join anyway, but that's not something to worry about. But yeah, I mean, I'm expecting when these guys pit, it's just going to liven up a little bit when they get into the softs.
Yeah. That's going to be the interesting part of the Grand Prix. But the two
But I would say
Alpines
Philippe would pull away.
are scary, of course. Very good, actually. What that kind of is the Ocon of STB. He's French driver in a French team. That's basically Ocon. So there you go. I don't know if that's offensive, but I'd love to be the Ocon. Personally.
He's all over the back of Danny again. Einstein battle continues.
Ermine and SK are quite close as well. I think they just follow each other through and then they can battle later on in the race for that victory. I think they're the realistic battle. They're the realistic battle for this win. Maybe Felipe as well, but they've definitely got some sort of undercut because they've gone very quick in the last few laps.
The Red Bull's in kind of a blue car sandwich right now. Got two Alpines in front of him, two Williamses behind him.
Crazy. And they got Reno catching as well.
Semi K is coming into the pits. He took the pit lane relatively decently.
Oh, okay.
Two lines on the inside the line.
That's quite early, actually.
No, that's about perfect. That is the recommended time. I was expecting it to be a bit early, Sean. I was expecting about 20.
We started on medium. Oh, okay, so I thought we did already. Okay.
No, he hasn't pitted yet. So some of the medium runners have already pitted and they won't make them to the end.
Right, well, might he be going for the undercut? But the undercut isn't really that powerful here in Austria.
I mean, the alternate strategy wasn't actually very good in the last game. It did this, like me and Mercury did that last week. Was it last season? It just didn't work. So, but I think this game it's a bit better.
Sam is side by side with Arthur. Arthur, sorry, but yes, it's better for it. He's on softs.
Yeah, those softs are just going to be so much better. Yeah, Arthur's kind of out of sync here. He's off the pace and he's hard, she gets to the end, but it's completely out of sync with everyone. And everyone else gets into those softs.
Is Sam, sorry though, is it possible to catch up? Sorry, there's actually going on.
Oh, Slatter's round at turn 7. And he spun it again.
Sparden. I think Danny's in the pits as well.
And he reset his car to track and then spat the car into the barriers. And it's a safety car.
Oh, great.
That's just ruined Semi K's race. Semi K's going to lose more positions than these games. But these guys are quick going. I think actually this will actually upset people at SK and Ernie. Because I don't think they will get as many positions as they wanted to. Because they're going to sit on the mediums now unless they want to pick the softs themselves. Which they probably could do doing, because they might only lose a couple of positions by doing so. But people like Volta, it's definitely going to fit. So this closes everyone back up again, because the grid looks very spread out now. Semi K's back in the pits again. For some reason, I don't know why.
I don't know, I might have got damage, I don't know. It's got Bram back into it as well, he's on softs. Phoenix is back into it now. Arthur's back into it now.
Yeah,
we are just back in. Everyone's back into this race now. This is incredible.
If only Kevin didn't retire, he would be back in it himself.
Yeah. Water's in then. Spartan's in. Viverino is in. Is SK and Ermine going to box for soft?
SK is not coming in.
Ermine's in.
And
No,
Danny.
Danny boxed for medium.
I think Ernie's doing the right decision.
Danny actually boxed for another set of mediums. He's going to get a few drivers here in the pit lanes. But Willie, because of the safety car, Delta.
I think SK is going to be sitting duck on those mediums.
Danny's going to be livid because he's. Oh, look at that. Just came out behind his teammate again. And his teammate's on softs. Felipe is on softs. SK medium for the horse. Wadda is on a set of softs. Danny set of medium. Spartan is on softs. Matt, I wouldn't expect this. Spartan in P5. From Colombia.
No.
Is he could he potentially be the first ever STB, first ever Colombian driver in STB to get a podium? We're gonna look out for that. 6 is Fibarino. 7 is Ermine. 8 is Sam on a set of softs. 9th is Arthur on a set of softs. We are the 10th softs. Yeah, everyone's on softs apart from SK and Danny. Is that going to prove costly? Matt, what do you think?
I don't know, but looking very interesting. We've got people like SK and Danny sticking out in the middle of nowhere among certain mediums. I don't know if Danny was planned to go on mediums, because I'm pretty sure he was on mediums in the first place. Because he already did a pit stop for mediums on it earlier on. So I don't know why he's gone to another set of mediums unless he didn't change his tyre strategy around. But obviously SK's had to go on to the mediums earlier on, and then there's people like and then you got SK had to pit early, but he didn't decide to pit like Ernie did. So I mean, if SK pitted, he would have came out P7. You lost track position, but I think you gain less. You will lose less than you gain, because I think you're just going to be sitting duck on it. You know, slightly more mediums. I mean, they're not really not even halfway through their life yet, but it's still going to be a good second lap slower, probably per lap. But I think if Philippe can try and pull away from SK on those fresh softs before the DRS gets enabled, Philippe might have this in the bag. He doesn't make any mistakes. I mean, actually, he's got to worry about his penalty, so he's got to pull another 2-second gap as well as that 1 second to try and get that victory. And safety car is... I don't know if that was just me, or was just the safety car was coming in. I don't know if that's me, but I'm pretty sure I saw that. The lights are out on the safety car, so Philippe should be... Why is Philippe not making a gap? The safety car is in this lap. Now he's backing him up. It's very, very late backing him up.
Very, very late, yeah.
I mean, the safety car said it was going to come in, I think, on before the third sector. So he's gone now. At the exit last corner, he's caught him out. He's caught SK out a little bit. SK is going to have to hold on those warm mediums. See what he can do. Philippe's going to try and pull away, but the fight will go on. Pretty much everyone on soft, so it's going to be a very aggressive move to have to be done to get past. Everyone's on fresh tyres, grippy soft tyres. It's going to be difficult to try and get past. If everyone's fighting on worn tyres, it makes it a bit easier because you can try and get people's weaknesses out. But it's difficult to do that when everyone's on fresh tyres. Everyone's on mediums, but he won't exactly be very slow because his tyres are still going to be in good nick. But I mean, technically, he will slowly come more and more into play as the race goes on. As everyone on soft start to grab it more. SMK gets another penalty.
One of that is getting very close to the back of SK. Obviously, SK's got mediums.
He is, yeah. That's that tyre difference. Easily lost 1.7 seconds. We're at 1.8 now. I think Alta's looking to get through early, but there's no DRS yet, so he's going to hold off another lap. Not really using the only overtake. SK's using a bit more just to make sure he gets to there. I think Alta's going to look to go up the inside of turn 3. He's not really committing for it, but he's made SK take a wide line. Doesn't necessarily make him go slow though, because that wide line doesn't exactly slow people down that much.
Sorry, Danny's getting involved now, here we go.
Oh, very close. Danny mediums somehow has the grit to keep going and actually get through. This pace by Danny on those mediums. If he can keep this up. Oh, never mind. No, never mind. Danny's spun.
Fibarino's on the back of board now as well.
Just when you think everything's going right, Just has to.
That is so funny. I don't know if he was tagged. He may have been tagged. I don't know.
No, he was. It's that inside curve at turn 7, which is the fast left-hander. The second one on the start side of the sector. It's you get on that curve. That's in a specific way. You just get spun around. If you take the curve, but you take a lot of it, and you get your inside tires on that. It's like an astroturfy, meshy bit. And it's actually got a better grip than the actual curve itself. Oh, and Fiberin's had spin, and Ernie's gained 2 places out of turn 3. Fiberin and Semike had a bit of a touchies there, and they both lost time. And Fiberin's now trying to get back past, and there's a bit of touchies going on there. And there's a lot more argy-bargy. Oh, and they're getting pushed off the circuit. Fiberin's been hit off, and now Ernie's lost positions, and Semike's actually gained out of that now. Semike's actually gained out of all of that. Semike actually was actually the one that actually got away with it. Now actually found himself back in P4, so a bit of stroke of luck as well as bad luck for Semike, which ended up being good luck in overall. Malta's got a penalty, but everyone in the top 6 has got penalties anyway. Only Viberin has got no penalties, but did lose a couple of positions because of those little collisions earlier on last lap. But have got Arnie inside of SK. This could be DJ Danny, but DJ Danny did the DJ Danny spun. He spun like a DJ final.
There you go. On the inside goes Vulture, his teammate, on his debut in STB, and he's going to be 2.
They need to get past SK before those softs start to fall off.
I'll tell you something, Matt. The debutants are doing very well tonight. P2, P3 and P4.
Yeah, that's what we want to see. And what we also want to see is them to be here every week, which is just as important. Oh, it's yellow flags, and that's Bram Millison. At turn 8 again. It's the 3rd time this week. It's today. He has spun at that corner, and he hasn't learned anything at all. So, well done, Bram Millison.
That is so funny.
You have not learned your lesson.
The drivers are struggling, Matt, with the...
Clemens quick game.
And he's retired from the race.
I think he's just gone straight on, second to last corner.
I was going to say,
a bit of Bon Bucky there.
Tonight, Matt, have been struggling with the exit of turn 1. They've gone very wide on the exit of the corner.
It's very easy to do. Corner almost feels like it goes in.
Yeah.
It doesn't really. It's just that the track goes back to the left a little bit at the exit of the corner. It makes people think the corner's actually more open than it actually is. But it's not the case. And there's yellow flags. There's a Red Bull. It's Semike's round. Semike's round. He's gone from P4 down to P9, and that's P10 now. I think he just spun it again. It doesn't look like he's got damage. But he's going very slowly though. But that's him out of the race as well. There's only 11 cars left. And Volta is going extremely offensive. And Philippi has got a nice gap of 4 seconds. And it looks like he might have his win, but Volta's got to watch out for that. He's going to track his own turn 1 again. Doesn't want to keep doing that. We've got Ernie very close to the back of SK, but SK got DRS on Volta as well. SK on those warm mediums.
This is the battle, Matt. This is the battle.
He's hanging on better than I thought he would do. And Volta does not want that down, does not want to give SK that slipstream. But why would he? Because SK is not the one he should be battling. He's not have to worry about SK. It's Ernie he should be worrying about.
Sorry, then you've got Riardi, Phoenix. Arthur has dropped a little bit. I'm not sure what's happened to him. He's just not had a very good... I don't know if he's been involved in like some
maybe he's just not on his tracks. He's just not very seemed to be comfortable at. Maybe he's been involved in a couple of collisions that not really being his fault or something like that, and he had to make a couple of avoiding moves or something. I don't know. But we still have like 6 cars, about 5 cars, and about 4 second gap.
Oh, and Ermine's getting very feisty down the back of the Haas. And the Haas is now trying to go around the outside of the Alpine. Very close, play on the brakes goes Ermine. Oh, Ermine's very good. very aggressive.
Oh, don't do a mean Eke, season 11.
Oh no.
What's actually on season 12? Oops. Oh, getting pushed wide. And SK
See
has
what I
to
mean?
back out.
Ernie is very aggressive, but now the
Oh,
hard is
SK,
going to come around the
it's three
outside.
wide.
And these are
Oh,
the
the
three
Alpine has
debutants.
back
These are
out.
the three debutants now.
SK, he has the grip to go around the outside. His mediums are still holding off very nicely, and he's got the grip to go driving around the outside of Ernie. Outside line is moving the better line, and Riardi is going past Phoenix, and Phoenix has to give up the place.
If only Riardi didn't have a 9-second penalty, he would have been in great position here.
Yeah, Riardi's got DRS.
Oh, and oh no! God. Good race in there from Botta.
Vivarin is all over the back of these guys now. That's what Riardi constantly has to defend from Phoenix. And Jera flags, that's Arthur is in the barriers, and that's him out of any contention of a good result. He might still get a point here if he keeps on going. SK's right at the back of Volta now. Around the outside, but they soft, my heart softs have just got a better grip. Just can't really find a move. Jim McKay sets the fastest up on the race, but he's outside the top 10, so he's not going to get a point for that. Regardless, but he did actually take a point away from Philippi. So that's the only thing that's changed from that fastest lap. As Philippi now starts the third to last lap of the race. Lap 34 it is. Got a 5.7 second gap.
Oh god, there's been a bit of off the circuit there. I'll just sit down and get staring.
Got Wadi still getting pushed around by Phoenix. Don't forget, Vivarin has no penalties. So at this rate, Vivarin's going to be finishing P2 at this rate. So Vivarin's very nicely on for his victory, just can't make any mistakes. Any sort of damage is going to cost his race.
Can't cut any corners either.
70k's got like his 10th penalty of the race, and Arthur is in for a pit stop, and I think that might get 70 his 2 points that he needs to get that fastest lap points in the way. SK's lights flashing like a fireworks show. He's getting low on ERS, taking a very wide line, but it's going to get back. Make sure you don't use that too much of that curve. On the inside of turn 7, it will make you spin. Love using the back cam, looking back at the other drivers. I don't use it very often, I need to use it more. You can see the train that he's got behind him. 6 seconds now split him and Philippi, so Philippi has 2 penalties. He's got that buffer that he needs. And Ernie's looking very feisty, he's closing. He's alongside the Alpine, he's past the Alpine. The Alpine's got nothing.
The Alpine's going to have DRS though, Matt. The Alpine's going to have DRS now down the next straight.
And Ernie's got less ERS as well. But Ernie's got a very good exit, and I think that's going to keep him ahead for now. Ernie with light flashing is very low on ERS. Just too far behind, just did not have good traction out there. Turn 3 is all about traction. Phoenix is going round the outside of Araldi, and he's going to make the move stick. Oh, he's been touched, Araldi. Araldi's in the gravel. And that touch from rear tyre to front tyre put Araldi into a slight spin, and he's lost the position, just the one, but it is costing a good 3 seconds. He's going to get that gravel off his tyres. DJ Danny, still one of those mediums, barely hanging on to the points here. We'll hope he can get some positions. Oh, Moradi's off the track again, still struggling with those tyres.
Right, let's see.
And SK's got a penalty. SK's got a penalty. This could hurt him. He's not even going to be finishing the top 5 this rate.
Sorry, this is going to be crucial. That
Volta inside.
Has he got DRS? No.
Ernie's got it. And Ernie, both of them are low on ERS.
This is aggressive. This is very aggressive from Volta. He's going for that second place.
This is the last lap of the race. This is the last lap of the race. Philippi. I was supposed to say Philippi's going to cross the line, but that's Arthur crossing the line. This is the last lap. Don't forget, Mel. This is the last lap. Those last 2 laps went flying by. I said it was 3 laps to go, about 2 seconds ago. But looks like this might be the finishing order on track, and Philippi's going to cross the line here. and wins the Austrian Grand Prix. It's been an absolute commanding race for the last few laps. Ernie will finish in P2, but no, he took down Vibering. I said will finish P2. Phoenix, after all of that, will finish P3. So know that those penalties, not getting a penalty, has absolutely helped them retreat. And both from the
I thought there was going to be some podium interviews for once, but it turns out there won't be. That is so funny.
Vibering and Phoenix just proves that penalties mean so much. And it's given both of them the podium. Ernie will finish P4 in the end. Volta holding off P2 for so long, and he ends up finishing only P5 in the end. SK45, also one of the people trying to fight for P2, only finishing P6. So those penalties, just when it's just a close fight like that, penalties mean absolutely
mega. That was
everything.
Actually. I don't actually know what to say about that race, Matt. That was just wow. Like
that first half of the race was definitely exhilarating.
Yeah,
I can't deny that. I was like,
Bram, Kevin, Sam, those sort of drivers. Arthur.
There was 8 cars in a 2.6 second gap between all of them.
I mean, there you go.
That's what you call close racing.
That is what you called the Austrian Grand Prix, and Felipe is your man for the win here in Austria. He wins the Austrian Grand Prix. Second is PNF1 Fiorino. Third, CMG Phoenix. Fourth, BRS Ermine on his debut. What a race from him. Fifth is THR Volta. Apparently Belgian here, but I believe he's French. Sixth, SK. Seventh, DJ Danny. Eighth, Spartanes. Ninth, Riardi. 10th, Arthur. 11th was Stem, and your top finishers were Bram, Slaz, Kevin, Alfie, and Rev Caterpillar. That is your race, Matt, for the Austrian Grand Prix. We're going to wrap things up rather shortly here because there's no perfect interviews, but yeah. Any final words, any quick words, Matt, for the end of this race?
Semi-K got fastest lap, but doesn't get any points off it, but he does take that point away from Philippi. But like, I think that race day was all about penalties.
Definitely. It's always about penalties in Austria. Thank you, Matty, for joining me in the commentary box this evening for the Austrian Grand Prix. Of course, there was no tier 2 and 3, so this week, me and you have got a little bit of a break. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here in the Styrian Mountains. Do join us next week, where all tiers will have the same round. We go to the circuit, the Spa-Francorchamps, for round 9 of tier 2 and 3 and round 5 of tier 1. And what a race that is going to be in Belgium. So we'll see you next week for the Belgian Grand Prix. We'll see you then.